And I think it's very important to stay grounded during this bull run because time in the market always beats timing the market. So don't try and sell the top, don't try and buy the bottom. Dollar cost averaging is one of the best ways to increase your position. Hodling is the best trading strategy in my opinion, as well as trying to sell green candles at specific price targets. If you're new to the cryptocurrency space or you're a veteran, I'm pretty sure you're going to find this video interesting. We're going to be covering the short-term price action of BTC, ETH, and also Polkadot, looking at if the correction is over or if we can see another dip. I think I've got some pretty strong indicators that are painting bullish pictures for the near-term future. If you're new to the channel, then make sure to subscribe. Well, or basically don't subscribe if you don't like money. Well, with that said, my name is Kieran and let's jump right into the content. If you're not experienced to the space, it must be a bit scary, since depending on how long you've already been in the space, you might only have 10, 20, 100% profits, and you only experience with the price going up. But these dips that happened are very healthy for the space. You never really want an asset to just like skyrocket all the way up and never have a correction. So the longer you stay in the market, the more profit you're probably going to get, and the less these dips are going to affect your whole portfolio. So if you've got different assets, they do like 100, 200, 300, 400% gains over the matter of a year, then it doesn't really matter if you get 25% correction here and 25% correction there. You're just not going to have to accept that. The cryptocurrency space is highly volatile. And yeah, that's part of the game. You cannot really earn these massive profits without also stomaching these, in my opinion, pretty moderate dips. All right, so let's talk a little bit of fun at the beginning. I think that's pretty interesting. I mean, Elon Musk has been tweeting quite a lot about Dogecoin, and apparently now he's under scrutiny of the SEC because of his Dogecoin tweets. Now, I'm a bit on the fence on if he's actually a positive figure at the moment for the cryptocurrency space. I think on one hand, it's great that he's raising the awareness, and people also maybe realize that they shouldn't actually be buying coins based on an influencer that is just like playing with maybe a few $1 million of his play money, buying some Dogecoin. So on one hand, yeah, people get more awareness in the cryptocurrency space. On the other hand, people are sometimes gullible, don't really do their own research, and then just start investing several $1,000s into a meme coin. Yeah, I guess they are responsible for their actions. But all in all, I think it's good that he's raising awareness. The only thing that's not too great is that those people that are really gullible are probably going to miss out on a lot of profits. They're going to probably have a lot of losses. But in the end, if you're following someone and buying coin with a dog on it, I guess that's your own mistake. But anyway, he's getting scrutinized by the SEC. So yeah, let's see how that turns out. In my opinion, nothing really big is going to happen. You might get a slap on the wrist, a few $1 million of fines. But all in all, it's still a pretty entertaining thing to watch, as well as the Doge community, the Doge army, believing that Doge is going to reach $1 US. So that's pretty fun to see. Brave browser, if you aren't already familiar with it, it's a pretty awesome browser that you can use. And this browser, when you've installed it, it actually removes most of the ads that you might encounter, so you can watch YouTube videos without ads. Not sure if I should be promoting that, but never mind. I don't really mind because the YouTube ads don't really pay that much. But if you really want to have like a browsing experience without ads, I definitely recommend using the Brave browser. And now what is also great is that the Brave browser will soon help you purchase crypto at the best possible prices by integrating decentralized exchanges. So this is pretty cool. So the Brave browser's got one of the best cryptocurrency wallets, and it will include the decentralized crypto exchanges. And this is pretty interesting because I think at the moment it's a bit complicated for users maybe that are not too familiar with decentralized exchanges to start using them. I mean, have to understand how to use wallets, connect to Uniswap, one-inch exchange, and so on. So if you've got like an easy swapping interface within your browser, that's definitely going to increase adoption. So that's pretty cool. So the first one that it's probably going to be integrating is Uniswap and maybe a few other ones. Yeah, that's going to be super, super interesting. Coinbase is one massive exchange that you're probably already familiar with. I mean, most people are familiar with Coinbase, and now they're doing their IPO. And at the moment, they're holding $230 million Bitcoin on their balance sheet. And this is definitely going to help out the IPO price. And we're going to talk about the IPO in a bit, because I think that's also pretty bullish for the whole cryptocurrency space. So this, they've actually been holding since 2012. So definitely hardcore hodlers. That's pretty awesome. So now they've revealed how much Bitcoin they actually hold on their balance sheet. And this is really important. This is also really bullish for people that want to enter into the IPO. And they've been holding since 2012. So that's an incredible return on investment buying in 2012. Not really sure how high the price was in 2012, probably around $20, something like that. I think it varied quite a bit, as you're aware of the Bitcoin price. And that's pretty interesting to see. Now, they are actually doing their IPO, and this is what you actually have to know about it. If you're interested in participating in an IPO, I'm not really sure if you're interested in buying stocks, but even if you're not really interested in buying stocks, I think it's important to know that they're doing the IPO, because I think there is a lot of bullishness for the whole cryptocurrency space based on this IPO, because it allows a lot of investors to participate indirectly into the cryptocurrency space by supporting Coinbase. So on February 25th, the US cryptocurrency exchange Coinbase filed its paperwork. So this is fresh off the press, super new news, with the Securities and Exchange Commission to go public via direct listing. And funny enough, the stock ticker for their stock is going to be the coin. It's going to be coin token, and that's pretty cool. Now, I think the price of how much it's going to be valued is around $373, and that's based on the pre-IPO price. So that's a pretty high valuation. So that would put it at 100 billion US dollars. And I think this is pretty good. So here, one person states that basically buying the Coinbase stock would provide a way to participate indirectly into the cryptocurrency space. It's like person selling picks and shovels to the miners. You don't have to be a prospector to make money. And I think what is also great here is that there are probably a lot of institutions that don't really have the necessary regulations to participate in the cryptocurrency space, but with this, they can actually start buying the stocks and indirectly participate. And I think the larger Coinbase becomes, now of course there are people that are not too happy about the centralized exchanges, but all in all, the cryptocurrency space is super young. And I think Coinbase expanding, becoming larger, being able to onboard a lot more users into the cryptocurrency space is of course bullish, because the more people are able to enter the cryptocurrency space, well, numbers go up, everyone's happy. And yeah, so basically by buying this stock, you're actually bullish on the future of cryptocurrency, because it's basically a vote of confidence on not only the whole company but the whole cryptocurrency space. So that's pretty fantastic. Me personally, I won't be buying this stock. Maybe if it goes onto, I think it might go onto FTX or something like that. But to be honest, me personally, I'm a no stock guy kind of person. Me, I prefer to have most of my assets in cryptocurrency. Definitely not the safest thing, but me personally, I'm a lot more risk averse. No, less risk averse. Sorry about that. Now, talking about Grayscale Investments announces exploration of new investment products. Now, you might be wondering why I always talk about smart money or what exchanges are doing, because this is basically the big picture. This paints actually what is happening in the space on a much longer time span. So you might be wondering, all right, where's the cryptocurrency space? Is it bullish? Is it bearish? And so on. And when you actually see what these institutions are doing, you see that Coinbase is receiving such massive valuation based on its pre-IPO price, where then you can actually extrapolate that the cryptocurrency space is nowhere at the moment in terms of market capitalization. It's still like incredibly small. If you think that Coinbase is valued at 100 billion US dollars, and that's only one company in the cryptocurrency space, and the whole cryptocurrency space is only like valued 1.7 trillion US dollars. So I think there's still plenty of room to grow. That means many of the top cryptocurrencies are probably going to do at least a 10x this year and probably 10x next year. Well, of course, depending on the cycles of the market and so on. But like short and sweet, basically this is super bullish for the cryptocurrency space, especially on a long time frame. Now, it doesn't mean that we won't have dips along the way. It just means that even though we've got dips on the long term, it's bullish. So now these new investment products that they're introducing, quite interesting. So the digital assets currently under consideration include Aave, lending and borrowing platform, basic attention. That's from the Brave browser. No, big favorite of mine. Chainlink, also a big favorite. Compound, Cosmos, and quite a few other ones, which is pretty interesting. So let's see which one they're gonna take aboard. And I believe Grayscale might already be investing in Cardano. I think I read something about that before. So that's pretty cool. Hopefully I'm still making videos then and getting you guys the important news that you deserve. All right, let's have a look at BTC USD first, and then we'll cover the other coins as the charts. And most coins, very often, they follow BTC. So I do like to start with BTC as it does dictate the short-term direction of the space. All right. So at the moment, if we look at BTC, we've got here the Ichimoku cloud. And this is actually looking all right. It's not like super bullish, but basically, the gist that you have to get from the cloud is as long as the price is above the blue shaded area, it's bullish. Now we're on the daily time frame, and you've got these two lines. So when I was looking at the chart this morning, it looked a little bit more bearish because the price was like around 45,000, but now it retraced a bit. So for BTC USD to actually become a bit more bullish, it would have to break above this 47,000 US dollar level. So it really depends where this candle closes after 6 hours. If it closes below this line, then I definitely see a pullback back to the 42,000 US dollar level possible, because these two levels are basically supports. And they're like the last lines. They're not the last lines, but they're like lines of resistance in the military, but you wouldn't say resistance in the cryptocurrency space or in trading. It basically lines of support. That's the easiest way. Yeah, so support 42k. If we don't manage to hold this last line of resistance, basically 42k, then we'll probably be dropping down to the 32,000 US dollar level. But at the moment, it doesn't look like we're getting close anywhere here. I think the rule of thumb is with this Ichimoku cloud is that you should follow the trend. As long as the trend is showing a bullish momentum, do not become a bear. Bears get wrecked. Definitely do not try and short the market during a bullish trend, because in my opinion, the cryptocurrency space is super bull. It can become way more irrational than you can anticipate. So corrections are to be expected. So as you can see here, as we had back in January, we did touch this red line twice. So it's possible that we do touch this red line in the next 1 to 2 weeks. So we might have a bit of a sideways action, and then we come and test this 42,000 US dollar level, and then we break past and go up again, as we had that back in January. In my opinion, not a bearish sign, just sideways trading. Sideways trading is very healthy for the market. Ilya, strange, in the same chart, in the same platform, the cloud is in the price. What time frame are you looking at, Elias? Are you looking at the daily? The daily is definitely for long term. If you look, for example, at the 4 hour, we're in the clouds, but that is something that happens more often. So if you look at, or I have to get rid of these drawings here. If we look at it here in the 4 hour, it definitely looks a little bit like we were starting to shift momentum into the bearish side, but just very short term. And that is something that's possible. As I said, 42,000 is definitely a possibility should we not break past. So basically here, we want to stay within this cloud for it to be bullish. But if it breaks below the cloud, it's definitely like super short term bearish. And then we're going to see a 42,000 US dollar level. Yeah. 4 hours. So basically what I really like to do is I like to look at the long-term trend first, and that's the daily, to see where we can go, because it paints some more long-term support and resistance lines. And then later on I go down 4 hours, 1 hour, and so on. But I definitely do try and look at the big picture first, because with trading and long-term investing, the higher the time frame, the more impact signal has. So if you just look at the 4 hour, you might only get like super short-term like indicators, and that might flip-flop between bullish and bearish. But if I look at much higher time frame indicators, that can paint some signals that are more long-term bullish, and I prefer to follow the long-term trend instead of focusing on shorter time frames. Let's have a look at ETH USD. ETH USD has definitely taken quite a bit of a beating compared to other cryptos, but it's not doing too bad in my opinion. So here we've got both of these lines, and ETH is now between the blue line and the red line. It's still in the bullish territory, but it's definitely had a bit stronger correction compared to BTC. So now what I do like is that it bounced off of this red line, but I do expect that the price will come back and retest this red line maybe once or twice, but the red line might go up. So it might go up to like $1,436 and it retests that red line. And I do hope it just stays above this red line. As long as it stays above this red line, there's really nothing to worry about for the short term. But yeah, it's probably only going to be very small fluctuations. So as you can see here, it's happened a few times. Even back in October, we're on the daily, so even going into this blue territory is not something that is automatically bearish. It just means that we're sideways trading and the market is unsure of what's going to happen in the short term. But yeah, as long as you're selling on the way up, so you set your price targets and you sell like on the way up, like this, very small portions of your portfolio, you can benefit by buying the dips later on when, for example, the price touches this red line, depending on what your strategy is. Let's have a look at USD, and then afterwards we'll be looking at Polkadot, as Mad Crypto MX asked me to look at Polkadot. Really happy to have you in the chat. Thanks for the feedback. And shout out that you did back in August. Really appreciated that. So let's have a look. All right, let's have a look first at USD, how it's actually performing, and we'll compare it to the other cryptocurrencies that we just looked at. And it's actually doing pretty well. So here, compared to BTC and ETH, DOT is actually doing extremely well. It's above the support line of $29 and in 6 hours, hopefully this candle, if it closes like this, then I do expect another candle here, and then we'll probably go back and retest this resistance of $38 or $40 actually, for $41. So we'll retest that, and then it's possible that we move a bit sideways, but breaking above that is going to be pretty bullish. So in my opinion, DOT is definitely a good hodl at the moment. I mean, based on the technical analysis, of course, technical analysis doesn't really take into consideration all of the fundamentals behind the DOT ecosystem. I'm making a lot more videos about DOT soon, as there's a lot of information to cover, but it's still a lot of research, and hopefully soon I'll be able to invest a lot more time in the research of different projects and bringing you more in-depth content on specific coins and the updates that are coming out and so on. Starting from May and be able to do this full time. Superman, Kierin, 1 million subscribers and retired rich 5 years. Well, that's hopefully that would be pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. I mean, retired, I guess that's an interesting concept. It depends what you understand behind retired. Does it mean that you never have to work again, but you still like doing something that you're super passionate about? Or does it mean that you've just got like a lot of funds on the side that is earning passive income and you don't really have to be worried about that? And me personally, I think I'll still be continuing to either provide content or provide services. I'm not really sure how all of this will develop. And I think for me, retiring is basically having the security of knowing I'll never have to work for a company again, escaping the rat race, this 9 to 5 or 8 to 5 or whatever you may call it, working 5 days a week. That for me is just a horror, because doing some mind-numbing tasks, working for a corporation that doesn't value you, and like year upon year not really having a massive salary increase, but like the price of goods continuously increasing, is just like incredibly depressing. And I think most people that are in the cryptocurrency space understand that, and for them that's their way to escape. So that's why I'm also creating these videos, helping you understand the cryptocurrency space, the fundamentals, also helping remove your fears from the volatility. And it's basically me trying to help you also break out of this system and also experience the same goal that I have. Being able at some point to live from your passive income, being able to maybe do and follow your dreams and do something that you love. Well, that's one of my motivations to create these videos. So hope you can actually gain some value from it. Yeah, so DOT is actually looking really, really promising. And I think, yeah, as soon as we actually break above this 42, we can probably see some further increase up to the $100 level, which I believe is the next resistance, like the strong resistance. And I believe and I didn't do a price prediction, but I believe my price prediction for 2021 for DOT is at least $100. So I think that's going to be a conservative target, and we'll probably reach that latest July, August this year, but let's see. So yeah, a few last charts I'd like to share with you, and that is this one from Trading Shot. I think this is pretty cool. It's still about BTC, and I like to talk now a little bit more about BTC because I think it's like the pioneer of the cryptocurrency space, and I think many other assets are going to follow in its shoes. I think ETH is going to probably be one of the next assets that is going to cross this $1 trillion barrier. Maybe this year. That would be really fantastic if I managed to do that. That would be super incredible. And in my opinion, the next few years, we're going to have like the top 20, top 30 coins in the cryptocurrency market cap be over $1 trillion. And if you think about it, if the top 20 coins are over $1 trillion, you've got more than a $20 trillion market cap. So basically here, what I wanted to show with you is, I know this chart looks like super complicated, but it's basically comparing the 2013-14 bull run and where we are at the moment. So you've got the 2014 bull run, you've got the 2017 bull run, and the 2020 to 22 bull run. And basically what they're saying is the BTC price at the moment at around 45,000, it's as if we were back at the beginning of 2017 when the BTC price was probably around $2,000, or back in 2013 when I think the price was probably around $100 or $200. So basically by extrapolating the data and comparing where we were at the current prices back in 2017 and 2013, we can estimate that the bull run has still quite a way to go before we actually top out. And if we use the same numbers, that would actually bring us to around if I'm not mistaken, I think around 200,000 US dollar per BTC at the top. So that's going to be interesting to see if we manage to touch that. But this is just like a bit of a long-term spiel to see if comparing with the previous all-time highs. Now, of course, we can already look at the past and expect the same thing is going to happen in the future. Very often, people really find it difficult to correctly price new technologies. So I think doing TA on new technologies is extremely difficult. I mean, if you compare the pricing that was done for the internet bubble, the dot-com bubble back in 2021, and it's incredibly small. And I think the same mistake is going to probably happen with the cryptocurrency space. People are going to like throw these high numbers, but in the grand scheme of things, these high numbers in 5 years time, 10 years time are going to just like look like a super small ant hill. So I think the gist of what I'm trying to say is even at the peak of this bubble, probably don't sell your entire portfolio. Definitely take out a massive chunk of profits, but definitely don't sell your entire portfolio. Have some skin in the game, because 10 years from now, the price might dip, it might not dip, but you probably still reap the benefits from that. Albert, one stone, did you already answered that? Tim grabbed 89, that may not seem like a lot, but I hope I can make a good return in the future. That's awesome, Tim. Any type of amount. I think the idea behind investing in the cryptocurrency space is not always about how much you invest, but it's about learning about the space, learning about all the possibilities that you have. And I think that is sometimes way more valuable than the amount of profits that you can generate. Me personally, I mean, it's great. I've got some fantastic profits that I made in the last year, but to be honest, I'm actually way more happy when my channel here goes over 6K or 7K or 10K subscribers, because that, for me, that's like super fulfilling. I mean, of course, it's nice that my portfolio is going up, but I'm very passionate about learning about all of the innovation in the space. Yeah, so let's quickly have a look at Solana, because my camera view asked about that. And I think let's have a quick look. I can't really remember what the next steps are. And crypto apps that scale. Solana is a fast, secure, censorship-resistant blockchain, providing the open infrastructure required for global adoption. So it's actually a type of dApp enabler. Does it have interoperability? Is it like a scalability solution? Register today and join leaders from Circle, Aave, Sushi, Swap, Hackathon. And Solana can process 50K transactions per second. That's pretty awesome. So it's definitely got the tech. I think I would have to dive into the white paper to be able to give a way more in-depth video about Solana. I mean, the thing is, there's so many great technologies. It's going to be impossible to always invest in everything. You're going to have to make a smart decision on what you think is going to be a good investment, and what thing you think is going to have some future. And it doesn't mean that if I'm investing one thing that your other technology is bad or anything like that. It's just like there's such a vast array of different stuff to invest in. You never manage to pick all the winners. And like Warren Buffett says, you're never going to always pick all of the winning horses. It's important to get some of the horses and then about that. My camera viewer, herzlich willkommen. Kannst du mir schreiben, wenn du in der Schweiz bist, und dann trinken wir ein Bier oder super Schweizer Wasser. All right. So if you've got any questions, definitely let me know, and I'll stay on a few minutes, answer some questions for you guys, and yeah, chat a little bit. I'll be uploading a recap of this stream tomorrow, maybe some sound bites depending on if I find some. Ayan Tang Wun would love to hear your thoughts on the prospects of Chainlink. I mean, I think Chainlink is fantastic. It's the backbone of the cryptocurrency space. Very important, has a lot of future. It had incredible growth in 2020, and I think it's got a lot of stuff in store. The only thing that it I'm a bit worried about is the massive valuation that it's got at the moment in terms of total supply, but it's not like a terrible thing. It's just, I think it's great, but me personally, I do like to invest more into the foundations for the DeFi space. That's more like my investing strategy. It's less about it's less about the certain things that bring the DeFi space to life. I prefer to invest in the foundation, as for me that's way more secure. It doesn't mean that I don't think these other projects are great, but I'm very conservative crypto investor. Yeah. In May, do you consider yourself a full-time YouTuber or full-time a crypto trader? I definitely do not trade a lot, so I would be more likely a full-time a cryptocurrency YouTuber, also offering some advisory services to companies. So I would probably structure that in a way that I'm offering different advisory services to companies, like offering them marketing and branding ideas. As I did work in marketing, also I'm working in analytics at the Big Four. Currently, I'm still working at Ernst & Young in the forensic department. It's basically to do with like analytics, fraud investigation, stuff like that. And so I'll probably be diversifying the ways that I earn my revenue through my channel. One way is probably with sponsorships. Another way is my investments is not part of the equation. That's just like nice to have, but those are not part of the equation. And then probably also like these advisory and services that I'll be offering to companies that might want to learn more about crypto, maybe like appearing in doing a course for companies, either in the DeFi space or also offering suggestions based on white papers and stuff like that. So freelancing for companies is also one way that I'm going to get some revenue. And maybe at some point I might make a course, but I'm not really sure about that. I will have to think about it. I would definitely involve some of the early subscribers to be able to test the course and give me input for like a massive discount. Probably even free if they can like offer like valuable suggestions on the course. There'll be like some early bird spots that people can apply for, something like that. I have to think about it. And this course was probably be like a lot more advanced stuff that I cannot actually share on my YouTube channel, not because I don't want to share it, but because most people just want to know number go up, number go down, portfolio great, portfolio bad, stuff like that. And more technical, like more advanced yield farming strategies, trading strategy and stuff like that. They just don't really perform that well on YouTube. I'm testing out some Bloomberg style terminal for like super targeted alerts and see how that performs. I might be doing a private group for that. I'm not really sure. I'm going to have to see what the demand is, but that's more likely people that have larger portfolios, talking like 50K plus, 100K plus, and they really want to have way better strategies to manage their portfolios on how to like navigate the cryptocurrency space. That's really awesome. Marketing here as well, video animation, graphics design, very cool future ahead. Thanks a lot. Really appreciate it. So hopefully this gave you a little bit of insight on what staking is. I realize that it's quite a complicated topic, but maybe that gave you like a bit of a basic explanation. Yeah. So yeah, that was it for this video. Definitely a longer one, definitely a lot of fun. And if you've got any last questions, definitely let me know. Otherwise, I'll be closing the stream now and I'll be catching you in the next video. All right. Awesome stuff, guys. I'll catch you in the next video. Have a good evening. Enjoy your weekend and I'll see you very soon. Have a good one. Bye-bye.